Hello there fellow NPCs, I am Scythe, and today we're getting back into Seeds of Chaos. We are right now at the tower, which is used to belong to a necromancer, and he has some sort of powerful artifact that we need to find. But the tower has already been ransacked, and so we need to do a bit of a scouting mission in here to find if the earlier ransackers have found missed something of importance. And we have all of these rooms left to look through. So yeah, that is what we will be doing today. Yeah, I have nothing more to say than that, so let's go. Explore the cells. Clautre, Claw, I'm going down to look over the cells again. Claustai mentioned he found something strange there, and I could use some extra eyes. The cells? Like dungeons? Where the necromancer tortured prisoners? Both girls looked pretty shaky and nervous at the concept. Rowan gave them a reassuring look and patted each of Clamin's younger sisters on the shoulder. Oh. Are they Clamin, the matriarch's sisters, or Clamin's sisters? Don't know actually. I'll be with you. Vertard and I already searched for bad guys and traps, and now we're just looking for clues. Okay, just tell me if I should close my eyes. Very young, so I'm guessing Clamin's sisters. Oh wait, he just told you he needs them open. You don't need to worry about me, hero. I can follow your lead perfectly. Great. They descended and found the spot that Rowan canvassed before. His torch led the way as they walked over to the cell he wanted to start investigating. Rowan, what happened there? I don't rightly know, but I think the cell contained an infiltrator. Rowan crouched down, examining the scorch and blast marks that emerged from within one of the cells. The doorway of the cell was behind him, embedded into the wall. Infiltrator? Like another mage? The scorch marks suggest so. Well, there's also this. He moved further down the corridor. At the end of it, there was a perfect open hole in the wall, leading to a tunnel a meter wide in diameter. So that's how the assailants bypassed the guards outside. This one has a message, Rowan. Come look! He turned to see the other young sister waving her hand excitedly from one of the other cells. Klaawe inched her body to the side so he could pass inside. He's definitely a bit removed from Clamin's pluckiness. His eyes narrowed, at first missing whatever caught Klaawe's attention. Her finger shakily pointed at the wall right next to the old bound skeleton. What is it? Well, it looks like a message. Let's see. His torch illuminated the wall. The rogue's eyes quickly searched the ground, hoping silently that he and Vertard had found every last trap in the tower. The message started to take shape. It appeared to scratch into masonry. Rowan noted a bone nearby with one end filed down into a simple writing tool. What's that bone? Shh, Klaawe, I'm trying to read. Oh, sorry. Rowan's eyes went back to the scrawling on the wall. He has them. I saw them with my own eyes. The damn bastard paraded the damn things in front of me. When I get free, I'm going to gouge out his eyes. I'll put them on before I kill him, of course. I can see it now. Looks like he never got the chance. Rowan felt surprised when he found Clautre hovering close to him while her sister remained far back. So Clamin was right. The necromancer did have some powerful artifact. This poor corpse came here for it too. Rowan, can we please go now? Even though Owe was the only one to voice her concerns, it was clear that both of the goblin females were interested in getting the hell out of the cells. Sure, nothing else to see. With that, Rowan put his hands on their shoulders and escorted them out of the dungeon. Oh, don't do that. You know how these goblins are. They are gonna wanna party with you, let's put it like that. The adventurer wondered about the exact nature of the relics the prisoner had mentioned. Privately, he hoped that even if the relics weren't there, he would see them one day. The first evening, Oh, the first evening, Club Min and Rowan handled an early watch for the rest of her clan. Then Vertard and Club Bao took over. With his duties finished, Rowan settled in to get some sleep, only to find Club Min settling down in front of him. I shouldn't be surprised. What? This tower has no stinking heat, Rowan. Oh, she's inching closer to me, huh? She looked around, seemingly remembering that they had company. Her knife-like ear twitched, checking to see if anyone else was stirring. Just checking here. Only to find Club Min settling down in front of him. And then she began wiggling her plump little bottom nice and close to the great trickster's body. That is such a nice picture, but something tells me I'm gonna have to bow out very soon. I'll be Little Spoon and you'll be Big Spoon. We'll stay nice and warm, Oh yes, you're a much better pillow. I see. Let her snuggle, push her away. She's fun. I cannot deny that. I think we're gonna let her snuggle, so I will be seeing you guys real soon. Okay, I guess nothing happens. They were snuggling and touching and stuff, but since everyone is sleeping around them, they are not actually doing anything, because then everyone would wake up. And they are not doing it because they are not worried about that. They wanted to have some sneaky fun. So, yeah. Interesting. I did not expect that from Club Min, to be honest. But yeah, if you want to see that, you just have to wait for SpicyGaming's new website to show up, so I can post a video there. But now, let's continue. Naturally, the woman who always loved doing things her way gave him one last sneaky kiss. After that, both settled in to get some rest. Inspect the magic circle, explore the kitchen, explore the study, mess with Club Min in the gallery, explore the bedroom with Club Min. No, we need to find stuff here. So I'm guessing this magic circle and this study, depending on how much time each of these things take. Rowan walked to Club Bao, Club Min's twin brother. The goblin in his simple white shirt cracked a smile towards Rowan and stood up straighter. What's on your mind, hero? Rowan noted that Club Bao was watching his young class tie and Club Min. Going to check out the special room we found. Could use some backup, lots of switches. Club Bao nodded excitedly. Come on, Rugrats, the hero needs help. Okay. The group traveled up some stairs and then arrived at the room in question. Rowan wasn't quite sure what to make of it. There was some magical equipment and strange runic patterns on the floor, but he couldn't figure out what they were for. Wow, Uncle, the previous owner, sure loved this space. You could fit 50 goblins in here. Big people love all the emptiness, I guess. A lot of good it did him. Club Bao chuckled dryly. I'm not complaining. My sister only told me we might be fighting a necromancer once we already came here. Club Bao grinned, and two of Club Min's triplets giggled and chuckled. Growing up, catching people off guard is what she says did best. I think she just does it to sound smart. Uncle, you know Mom is the sharpest goblin around? The older goblin nodded and squeezed his niece on the shoulder affectionately. Just teasing, young one. Now come on, let's see if we can figure this place out. Try as they might, the group failed to learn much about the room. Rowan's best guess was that it was some sort of chamber for magical transportation. If he hadn't seen the corpse of the necromancer, he might have imagined the owner of the tower had fled. Well, this one is a bust. Didn't hurt to walk around and check the place out. Are you sure there's nothing we can do, Rowan? Rowan shook his head. Afraid not, Club Min. Sometimes, this type of work is just a lot of digging around and coming up dry. It happens. Club Min the younger nodded towards him. Come on, sis. I'll race you back down. At least that'll be fun. Club Min nodded eagerly, and the two younger goblins quickly sprinted down the stairs to head back to the camp. We better get after them. Make sure they don't trip or crash into my dad on their way down. Rowan nodded and followed Clamin's twin back to the group's base camp at the bottom of the tower. And yeah, now we're going to the study. That's the last important place. I don't think, because you don't expect anything to be in the kitchen, you know? And all the last two places are for fun. Rowan asked Scythe the Elder if he wanted to help him explore the tower study. The ex-hero was a little surprised. First that the older goblin accepted, and secondly that he grabbed Claquesse and Clalige to follow them. After it, you two. If I can make it up these stairs, I don't want to hear any lip out of you. Yes, Grandad, the two youngest members of Clamin's brood replied. Scythe rustled both of their hair, and then the four started to move. Eventually, they exited the circular stairwell into what had once been an expensive library. Damn, that thing's completely ransacked. It's a good thing Cleona isn't around to see this. She would be very displeased about the destruction. Bah! Of course, because that's all some people care about. Books. They just sit around staring at the words. Never occurs to them to enjoy a good story around a campfire. You have something against them, Scythe? Our lesson is better learned through action. Practice. You can't learn without doing. Well, let's sweep the area. Maybe the necromancer put a switch in one of the shelves to unlock a secret room. A secret room? Wow! Clalige immediately took off with his brother in tow. They touched and scrambled across all of the empty and ruined bookshelves. The old and wrinkly goblin chuckled and lit up an old pipe. He found a spot against one of the curved wall and sat down. Good thinking, son. Hopefully that will tuck them out for a few hours. The ex-hero imagined that him hearing Scythe call him son would have made Clamin giggle with glee. Rowan nodded and ended up joining the two brothers in their exploration. Much as he'd feared, they ended up finding no new clues about the necromancers or the relic. Still, he ended up having fun with the energetic duo before the group made their way back down. During the afternoon of the second day of the tower, the exploration was put on hold. Claquesse and Clalige came running up the stairs screaming. Before anyone could figure out the cause, a group of skeletal warriors hissed, emerging from the darkness. Scythe, protect the kids. Rowan, Veritard, kick the numbskulls back. Rowan with his sword and Veritard with his axe jumped into action. The two skeletal warriors proved no match for them, but more and more kept coming. Where did they come from? Just keep swinging. Clamin and Vermin formed a quick plan as their defenders continued holding back the tide of clacking bony bodies. Their eyeless and tongueless foes tried to gain a foothold. Then, both goblin females pushed a cask onto its side. Ready? As ready as I can be. Push! Rowan didn't see their handiwork clearly at first, but he definitely saw the result as they rolled the barrel forward along the ground. Clamini jumped in, bravely lending her strength. The cask gained speed, but then a skeletal hand began pushing back at the last moment. Gah! Vermin squeaked loudly as a bleached bony head appeared. Another hand appeared, trying to grab Clamin. Luckily, Claban was there and ready. With a two-handed swipe of a shovel, he wanged the ghoulish gourd, sending the skull tumbling downwards. Now! With one more heavy push, the three goblins shoved the barrel hard. It began bouncing on the steps and smashing through the column of undead guards. With no reinforcements plaguing them, Rowan and Veritard made short work of the rest. That was close. Well done, everyone. Where the hell did they come from? Clamin asked urgently while walking over to Kess and Lish to make sure they were okay. Rowan left the Veritard to guard the camp and investigated the situation. He found one door that he couldn't even budge earlier. It was open now. He surmised that the group had used magic to seal up the guards, leaving the necromancer to fend for himself. The spell must have run out of use. Clamin fumed with anger. As soon as I track down those bastards, I'm going to cut them up with a dull knife. Rowan did another sweep of the whole tower for a good measure and found no other doors sealed up by magic. During a private moment, Claw Min found him and held his hand. Thank you, Rowan. It was nothing. I really mean it. Without you helping Retard, it would have been all over. The great trickster nodded towards her and patted Claw Min's shoulder. Don't sell yourself short. You came up with the final blow after all. Claw Min smiled warmly at the high praise from the man who was her hero, and so much more. Eventually, the group calmed down and resumed their exploration. Okay, so we're going to the kitchen, or should we be messing with her? I mean, why not? I was expecting to mess with her earlier. We can explore the kitchen first, see if we find anything important. Rowan joined Vertard and his sister Vermin to explore the kitchen of the tower. The place stood in dark contrast to the rest of the structure. It's not much to look at. Vermin nodded and dusted off some of the food that remained. Maybe we can salvage something. She climbed up onto the counter and began opening up some cabinets. Then she glanced back, spotting strange looks on the two men after finding a bit of stale bread. What? What are you doing? Rowan and Vertard saw it at the same time, a cloaked figure moving to attack Vermin. Both men's weapons came out nearly at the same time. Hell yeah! Damn, I'm good at perception right now. What the? Wait! Vermin acted on instinct, threw the stale bread behind her and dove over the two. Rowan held his sword in front of him, stopping Vertard from advancing. Their enemy swayed on his feet, nodding his head wildly. Rowan furrowed his eyebrows and with the tip of his sword took the cloak off. Is that a dancing broom? We almost got murdered by a slightly enhanced stick with some tablecloth over it. Huh. Do we take it back to Bloodmean? With the amount of standard equipment that works a break every week, it would be a waste. I imagine it might be worth quite a lot. Since I almost smashed it into pieces, will you split it 50-50? Sounds fair to me. Glad you said that. I suppose I just stand here and point out stuff that looks edible. But hey, if he almost smashed it to bits, why should they have 50-50, you know? 60-40 for me, you know, at least. You never were one to let things go to waste. Let's help her out. Ah, we got some cash. The two of them joined forces in collecting a few scraps of food, here and there, that still looked fresh enough to eat. On their way back, the goblin in light armor grunted in Rowan's direction. You're very fast on the draw, Rowan. Thanks, you too. In due course, the trio returned to the campsite and doled out the food to the rest of the party. Now, let's see if we can do something fun with Claw Min in the bedroom. Rowan and Claw Min climbed up to the second tallest chamber of the tower. The room they walked into was a bedroom. Like the rest of the place, everything of value appeared to have been stripped clean. With a heavy sigh, the curvy little goblin woman hopped up onto the bed. Comfortable enough? Maybe we should have a little fun, Rowan. Make this trip count for something. And yeah, I mean, I try to keep him faithful, but right now he is fighting with Alexia, so... And also, as I have kept on saying, Claw Min is fun. Don't raise the white flag yet, Claw Min. We still might find something. Claw Min bent forward towards him, exposing a delicious window into her green cleavage, while she sat on the king-sized bed. Really, I'm impressed, Mr. Trickster. You care more about making sure I didn't make a fool of myself than having sex with me. Ooh, maybe or yes. Yes. I do, Claw Min. Don't forget, we're in this together. Claw Min hopped off the bed and placed her hands on her hips. You're right, Rowan. Now, come on, let's keep at it. Oh! Oh, okay. So I completely butchered that. And the thing is, I can't go back on my word either, because it locks into the choice I've already made. That's the one thing I don't like about this game. The two soon prepared to exit the bedroom. Rowan felt that Claw Min was still a bit down in the dumps of yet another empty room. Claw Min, why do necromancers always have skeletal guards? I don't know. Why? They work their zombies to the bone. She quickly did her best to seal her lips together at the bad joke, but eventually Claw Min's mouth burst with a quick giggling laugh. That was terrible. Thanks, Rowan. The two continued down the stairs to return to the rest of the group. Oh, Lord. Oh, now something is happening, but I was going to say that Rowan's style here is just like how I used to be in my teenage years. I am going closer, maybe some light touching, but I never do the deed, you know. But for me it was uncertainty and fear of rejection, honestly. And for Rowan, it's simply because I'm a bad player. Claw Min and Rowan finished their watch. Once again, the inside of the tower seemed drafty and uncomfortable. Claw Min slid a hand back and gave her ass a little squeeze. It was something that only Rowan could see as he walked behind her. Disappointed as the clan leader had been that someone got there first, Claw Min continued enjoying herself with the ex-hero whenever she had a chance. After she squeezed the lovely green lumps once more, she increased her speed. Rowan watched the plucky merchant practically die beneath her thick, furry blankets. Oh. Maybe we're getting some action anyway. Either way, he glanced back and saw that Veritas' gaze was set on the doorways leading out to the central chamber. Rowan settled down, wondering what Claw Min might try tonight. He didn't have to wait for long to find out. When he lifted the blanket, he discovered that charming goblin woman was naked from the waist down. And yeah, this is where I have to leave you. See you later, guys. I will see you soon. And we're done! And if you want to see that, as I said, you have to go visit SpicyGaming once the new website is up. But now, I'm actually surprised that we still have time to mess with Claw Min in the gallery. Because it was said only 40 hours before Ysera would be upset. So I sort of assumed we wouldn't be able to get it all. But we do. So how much corruption do I have now, boys and girls? Well, boys. Mess with Claw Min in the gallery. Claw Min walked into the gallery on her own. As her torch moved around in the chamber, she galled back her fear. Stuffed creatures of various makes, each more scary looking than the last, filled the room. She stepped closer to a big creature with a bear's body and an owl's face. An owl bear? Really? And you can't even say it because it's actually copyrighted by Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast, I would assume, because it's their invention. It's dead. It's dead. Nothing to be afraid of. You're right. You're... Boo! Ah! Claw Min ran like a cat on its last life. Rowan ended up catching the flipping torch casually, and then he slapped his knee as he laughed loudly. Claw Min eventually inched her way back into the room, her red eyes brimming with anger. Rowan! What the... How could you? My heart is beating faster than I was running. Oh, that was priceless. It was stupid. I could have hit you with my torch. Rowan just gave her a roguish grin. Yes, but instead, you ran away like a scared little girl. I don't know what you're talking about. Big mean human. I thought you were a skeleton guard or something. Come on, Claw Min. I'm getting the hang of knowing when you're lying. Ha! That's what you think. The goblin woman, who always prided herself on being on top of every situation, walked up to him, fixing him with a coy grin while she folded her arms tightly beneath her bust. Maybe I've been being too honest with you. Not at all. Besides, we're partners on this job. Partners aren't supposed to keep secrets. That's one way to think about it. Did you find anything? The great trickster slapped the butt of the bear creature. These heads are the statues of the real creatures, but they must have been magically sealed to the ground and walls. I can't get them to budge. No wonder the bandits left them. Don't ever tell her, but I'm kinda wishing we'd drag Cleone out here. I bet she could get all this loot ready to move with a snap of her fingers. Clammin stopped looking so embarrassed and then gave Rowan a seductive and mischievous grin. Come on, you. I'm not letting you waste any more time so you can try to scare someone else. Rowan accepted her hand and she led him towards the stairwell. Ooh, here we go. So you admit it. I scared you. I admit nothing! Rowan laughed and the two made their way back to the camp to join the others. Okay, nothing is happening. I'm going to get you back, you know that, right? Sure, give it your best shot. All but Clammin and Rowan left the tower behind to travel back to the castle. This left the goblin and the great trickster a few moments to themselves. The tower was a bust. Still, maybe I can find the relic at the bazaar or auction, she said grumpily. After all the extra time spent combing the tower, it was easy to see how disappointed the short woman was. If anyone could find a needle in a haystack, it's you, Clammin. Oh, we're back, right. I was wondering, what the hell, why did we find a gate all of a sudden? But no, it's the gate in Bloodmead Keep, in Castle. The goblin marveled at her partner in crime. Unfortunately, her smile vanished when they emerged through the portal and found a slightly annoyed-looking figure waiting for them. Hello, you two. Oh, Ysera. So, nice of you to meet us here. Yes, but kindness was not my motivation. The demon studied the goblin and then cast her sharp gaze on Rowan. You made very liberal use of our 48-hour lease on my general, little one. Right. Well, you see, we were investigating a powerful mage, Ysera. Exactly. At first we planned it to just be in and out back in a day, but well, the guy was missing and we didn't want to leave any stone unturned. Okay, so that's why we managed to get it all out. Managed to explode the entire thing, because we were taking more than 48 hours. Good to know. We're pretty sure he's dead, but we wanted to jot down every clue we could find. It might be useful, yes? Perhaps. A rival magic user is not what we need right now. The woman who could be cute 1 second and menacing the next stepped forward and stood tall over Clammin. Well, let's not make this tardiness a habit, Clammin. Of course not. Efficiency is my middle name. Rowan, your duties are waiting. With that, Ysera departed the chamber, leaving the pair to finally breathe a sigh of relief. Ew. I like you, but you're a terrible influence on me. Oh, shut up, honey. You know you love it. We're the best team in the whole castle. Now, hurry up and get back to work so she doesn't kill us both. The unscrupulous goblin woman patted the notebook she'd made of all the information she'd gleaned from the tower. Don't forget to stop by later. We're not done yet. Okay, good to know, good to know. But that will actually be the end of today's episode. We managed to explore the entire tower and had a little bit of fun with Clammin at least. Yeah. So let's actually see what the next thing is. No, nothing yet. Just meeting Clammin. So yeah, that is it for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you Josef for donating directly to my Ko-fi page. If you guys want to help me out, you can do so by clicking the link down in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember, just because you're not the main character, it does not mean you're not important. Goodbye, everyone.